Renee, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself? What do you do for work? What's your role?
My name is Renee Teel, and I am a previous member of, well, let me start that over. I used to work at the Alley Theater for 25 years, and then I switched and went and worked as a mission director for Christ United Methodist Church in Sugar Land. That afforded me an opportunity to sit on the committee for Fort Bend Interfaith, and that's where I met the wonderful Sharik Ghani and learned all about his organization, and I was honored when he asked me to sit on the board.
Now, what about this project inspired you?
When I first heard of the Mosaic leadership, I was blown away because I was literally lying in bed and I had just retired from my position at the church. And I was sort of asking God, what's my next step? Where do I go next? How do I make an impact? And what's my purpose? And I saw the email about this cohort and absolutely started crying because I am a survivor of domestic violence and realized there's so much that I have to share that kept quiet for so long, because that is one of the symptoms of that problem, is that you just try and tough it out. So I was so moved by the fact that I might have the opportunity to really share a personal experience and help guide the advisory council in that way.
Can you tell me, what does service and neighborliness mean to you as a woman in today's context?
I think women, particularly women of faith, and I've come to learn that so many of the faiths have this basic ingredient of loving your neighbor, of doing service work, of helping the community and helping those around you. And women seem to be particularly adept at that. Most of the mission work I've done, most of the other collective organizational things that I've done, it's woman heavy. And I think because of our ability to be able to empathize, be in touch with our emotions, and that gives us a particularly easier route of being able to reach out and serve the community and being able to reach out to our neighbor. It's an amazing, life-giving thing. And to live a life of service in others is one that is worth living. It is one worth investing in. A lot of times people will feel like, oh, don't ask me to do this. It's gonna be inconvenient. Oh, if you lean into that inconvenience and just go that little extra step, just that little extra step, man, there are so many glories on the other side of that step that bring you a sense of wholeness with your community and then with yourself. So living a life of service is one that we have a saying in my faith tradition: preach the gospel every day, if necessary, use words. So it's like you gotta put it into action, right? It's those action steps that change the world. And to be able to be part of that, oh man, that's getting a glimpse of the kingdom, man. That's good stuff.
What do you hope Mosaic will achieve for the participants and for the communities you serve?
If the women who are going to come to this cohort have never done interfaith or multi-faith work before, that in itself is so energizing, inspiring, and hope-giving, transformational, and just life-affirming, that even if that's all they get, just from having the experience of being with a group of other women, but particularly around the topic, to be able to learn about what are some of the women are so creative. And I have learned in all of my different hats that I've worn over the years in my careers, that the moment that you put a group of people together, you may come in with your idea and someone else has their idea and that person has their idea, and all of a sudden what your idea was becomes this elevated, amazing thing that you never would have thought of if you had not had those conversations with those other people. It's sort of like it just, this energy appears in the middle of the circle and creates a whole new thing. So if that energy can be utilized to create either policy or programs, or even just understanding each other regarding this particular topic, it would be the biggest blessing ever.
Can you tell me who should apply to be a cohort member of Mosaic?
Well, I think anyone can apply. I really do, because I think regardless of whatever your history is with service, sometimes the tendency can be to overextend ourselves, particularly. I think, though, that by being in a circle, in a cohort with a group of other women, that's what makes it so much more different than anything else, because it's not just like, okay, ladies, here's this task. We got to get this done by noon today, and you roll up the sleeves and here you go. And it's not that. It's about having that conversation with each other and holding each other accountable and learning from each other. What are our boundaries? What is a healthy response of giving? Because if we're not serving in joy, then, and if we're serving in exhaustion, in resentment, in I really didn't want to say yes, then we're in trouble. But the glory that I spoke of earlier that you can get when you say yes with a joyful heart and with an inquisitive heart, so much can open up to you and be learned for your own spiritual growth and your own sense of boundaries. So you can go back to your other circles and spread that good word.
If you could say only one sentence to motivate people to apply, what would that sentence be?
You do not want to miss this. You do not want to miss this. You don't want to hear about this after the fact and go, man, that sounds amazing, because I think it will have that impact and effect. And so you don't want to miss this.
Do you have any final thoughts for us?
My main message, I think, to the women that would apply for this is to come and bring your authentic selves, bring your joyful self, bring your troubles as well. When people learn what the topic of this cohort is, there may be similar women to me who are survivors of this. So many women I've talked to that have issues with this topic. It might not be absolute, physical violence. It might be emotional or financial. And so how we can support each other, prepare to be supported, prepare to learn, open up your mind and your heart, and that will bolster you no matter what situation you might find yourself in.
You don't want to miss this. Go to www.mosaiccircle.org to apply.